Both of these teams play so well to the current meta of having variety, having everyone be able to switch. We see MW0 going back to Raze, which is absolutely amazing. When I see and think of this player,
let's see what we got on this one. Furia on defense, Crew on attack. 1, 2, 3 frenzies for Furia. Oh boy, in terms of how we're approaching this, we've got retake wall over towards Furia, and we have insta wall over towards Heaven with Dog going in. Trip and one person holding A at the moment. Heavy shut down the middle.
Exactly. The trademark looking up towards the Heaven. You saw the aggression early from Crew.
Got it.
Holding this W because they're playing this double duelist, but Kesnet also taking the role of a Jet here, so it's not like that old school Nags playing onto the Jet. But here's the first blood. QCK with the first one inside the fence, looking for the trade. It's a 4v4.
Trade was there. Bit of damage has been done, but this is a nice heal up.
Madzine on the top, just waiting to see if there's more pressure coming in.
A 2-3 split on mid to start
Yeah, so
things off
basically just a
with an
pinch
entry of
over
the three
towards
through that
Vent
vent
into this
area.
one. That was kind of nice.
Absolutely awesome stuff to see. Mid can't push. They have the flank.
Flash
already
goes
coming
out,
around.
and it
Now
felt like this was
Furia has
more
to
of
figure
a
out how they wanna
fake
set this
than
defense
anything
back
else.
up
It
without
wasn't
really
info, it
knowing
was just to
where the
create pressure like
entirety
they
of
were
Crew
going A to
is
try and
going
keep
to
more
be.
people here.
Madzine here.
Spot it though.
Oh, that's nice.
First
Astra suck.
contact,
Oh, you gotta
Shells in the
commit.
back, 18 HP. Still stays alive for a bit. Tries to run the clock down. Finally gets taken out. But Mozira's already here. 2 of his own. 2K.
That was nice. And the Astra suck as well. Just did the extra vulnerable.
Klaus as this guy
Oi,
down
oi,
for
oi,
himself.
oi, oi.
Chased down by
That's a
MW0,
strong
but it's
raise there.
Still gonna be Furia. That scores first.
Furia, great control on what was happening. They
MW0 has pretty much always been one of my favorite raises to watch ever since, like, pretty much since the game came out. It was one of the best raises to watch in my opinion, so this could be pretty
When
fun.
they went into B, your Astra, your Melzer inside B garage was not pushing in time. So just a little bit off. Easy fixes here as we come into the next rounds, and it did benefit Furia greatly on their rotation. We'll see how they get into this next one. MW0 already getting the frags in there on the raise. We could see an early ult from him, as it's going to be a B deathball focus here on the side of Crew.
Oh boy, straight up eco.
With no plans coming in, full pistols.
And again, there's a lot of cool chamber trips. Oh, wait, I'll stop. They're just walking in contact. Ah, dude, I actually thought he was gonna hit this shot. That's nice at least though. They get smoke, nade, and Astra suck out.
Cut noise, rotate back, and work towards this mid area.
Yep. Orb
You
into
take that
contact,
all
but
day.
As you said, you still have Nags on the other side of the map. There's a lot of things that can happen. And now they've
Good
split
amount of
into
info here as well, so they go back to
push
taking middle.
on what could be
In
Furia's
terms of how they're
default here.
approaching this, let's see. Double rifle,
just
and then they kind of
sourcing
got 3
information at
people
this
that can
point, seeing
die.
no committal to whatever they're doing. I think if
This
they
is
could've walked
interesting.
into
We'll
B,
keep an eye on
Crew
this.
obviously
This
would've
could
taken
be
that, but they're not
for
happy
op
with
later
what they're
on,
seeing just yet. They
or
want
this
more
could be
info
for
as they
rifle and
slowly
bonus,
move
but I
across the map.
imagine
Doing a
it's
little
for
bit
op in
around
the
the world
third
here,
round.
Gams.
We'll keep
As
an
they
eye on
get
this one.
themselves into position on the side of Crew. Furia, again, just good to
So yeah,
see solid
done
defense. You can't be mixed up by
some kind of
teams
pressure
going
across the
from
map,
position to position on the
and now
map.
grouping up
Here's
over
A, though. This looks
towards
like it's
A.
gonna be the
So
confirmed hit.
this has been
Still
a good
gonna be a
eco
death
round.
ball
I know
for
they haven't
Crew.
got much for it, but
Walking up for contact.
in terms of how they
Madzine finally
approached
spots a
it,
few
it's
with
kind of
30
nice.
seconds left. We initiate for the push. Nice little flash, but it doesn't really affect Madzine, who gets 3 onto the board. Looking for the 4th, but finally Klaus takes him down. A push from
Ooh,
behind.
nice
Klaus is ready
damage
for
into
that
this
too.
one.
And that makes things
No
really
gun
good
to
on
pick
this
up from
pistol,
that
on
one
this
though.
Eco, looking for the plant
So
for
in
more
terms of
money, and it's
everyone
gonna be
who's dying,
planted
it's actually
safely.
kind of fine.
And that check mark is in. We have that economy. One more left in this site.
Okay, nicely done.
And 2
MW0 can get the
Crew,
defuse on this.
but the money's going to be huge for Crew. Sorry, 2 rounds for
honestly,
Furia, but the money's going to be good for
yeah,
Crew in
okay.
the 3rd.
Right, they should be able to do well.
Not too bad.
much damage as well on the
Main
side
gun
of
stayed
Furia,
alive
so
in
we
terms
could
of
get
this
a
one.
pretty good
I'm going to
turnaround
keep
from
an eye on
next time.
DGs in.
That's the
Everyone
defuse,
from
and
Crew
I
is
like
going to
the
be
push
buying
there
up
at the end. We saw
big
coming
round
from
for them.
Klaus. He wanted to get a little bit of a forward position.
Old-
but Furia's been really
big old
fast
buy.
just to get the retakes,
Light
playing
armors, heavy
confident,
armors.
getting themselves in and kind of putting the danger to the wayside in any situation, and backing each other up on those instances. We'll see here. And yeah, as we said, there's so much versatility in these teams. Nag's first ever appearance on Viper, MW0 going back to his Raze. Everybody's
You
just
reckon he's
trying
gonna
to put a
glass
little bit
cannon?
more flavor in their play style, and that's the meta we're seeing. 'cause it's
Oh,
hard for a team to
mate, I'm
track.
in
But
for
they're
this one.
going to be
Okay,
changing
nice
things
bonus round. He goes
game
close.
to
He has
game,
the
week to
judge.
week. A little bit of A touch, push and
The
pull
nade
here.
is
It looks
huge.
like
They
will
now
get
find out
Ascent
who
to
the
take
judge
grand
is here.
control.
If they had any plan to push forward, it has fully been
MW0
stopped.
is
This will
just
get
holding down
spammed for
towards
like the
Hell.
next 20 seconds, I
With
imagine.
such close range. just gonna get pushed
Yeah,
back for a
so
bit. So great
original
utility,
plan
at
was
least
honestly
for
to either
Furia.
burst through here or
But
go
Vancouver
heaven. They
going
hear the
aggressively
judge after
finding
that, the
information
nade
off the
stopped them.
Seekers. So we're gonna have
And
to
yeah,
reassess,
we
rework the
might
map,
see
and
this
they're
hill
walking
come in.
actually
We'll keep
into
an eye on it.
Digizine. Playing that
Yep,
chamber,
hill
we talked
comes
about
in now.
rules and
So
changes
good
in
bit
terms
of
of
info
comps.
at least.
Same thing coming out from Digizine, right? Used to playing onto this jet, now going
This
into
was
a chamber
a
on this
rifle
map.
in the end, and
Not an
it
agent
could
we
be
usually
because
see
this is
now
enough
in
to
the
get
current
the op.
metas of Valorant.
So
The chamber, the trademark seems to be working pretty well though. With the distance you need to be, it's mid, vent, or your A heaven, and it's vent. You know, it really works a little bit like the KJ util if you want to just set it up and play somewhere else. So that's what they get out of it still.
I'm a big
Again,
fan of this comp from Furia.
Another crew round where it's not a full committal. The information is just their gameplay right now.
Still in range for a TP. First contact to fall back in.
Still
QCD
though.
plays the off angle. More delays.
Had a
Here's
chance,
Poison Orb
safely
goes
does
back,
it.
and it funnels everybody from crew back into a
Okay,
split on the A site,
insta
where
hit
so far
over
it is
towards
still
A.
only
The over, give me the
MW0
raise,
at the
Chris,
bottom.
come on.
Met up now with the crossover. Nice shot by Mazine and Khalil. As
Nicely
everything's being
done.
shut down this
Nice
time by
reactions.
crew. In the back of the site, Mazine with the Sheriff. Digizine closing in as Klaus is still trying to keep the dream alive for crew. And it
Wow,
works
Klaus
out.
did
A
great
2v2,
here.
The plant comes down and the heal will come up.
It comes down to the insight firefight. Furia has not been moving.
Yeah, the
They're
recovery
not
on this
playing
one was
game. The
kind
crew's
of
trying to get to pull them around
mental. It
the
was a
map.
2-on-5 at
But
one
still,
point,
crew
and
comes up with the shots when it's required in the site. The post plant
it's now a 2-on-2.
pretty much in their favor.
Klaus
with
doesn't
that-
have the
that
HP,
spike
but
acting
honestly
as a
did enough
third.
to get them into this
Still
round.
a
If he can
2v2
somehow get
situation.
more, oh, that's unlucky.
Oh my God.
Yeah, low HP on this one, 26. Has to be God
Klaus
Flash.
has to clutch it up with a 2v1. The flash comes out, but Khalil's still there. Another
It's
round
recovery
coming for
from
Furia, but
Khalil.
that was
So
actually
yeah,
a
really
valiant
good round from
effort
them. They're going to
for
play
those
against
two players
an
that we
eco,
haven't seen
so
play in a
potentially they don't want to
long
get the
time
op
in
out this
Furia,
early.
Klaus and Keston.
There's like
It's a build-up
definitely a
for Crew,
decision
right?
to be
Another
made here
round win,
against this.
obviously,
You
for
could
Furia, but
be
it's
okay
Crew
buying
almost,
like
you
a
know, does a bit on the
Spectre
pistol round.
or
They take
something
2
against this
on
kind
round
of
2,
low
they
buy,
get a few more
or
on
you
the
could just
third
go out
round.
and just get the op.
Maybe it's the full Furia team on
So
this
yeah,
one.
well, we go
It
out and
just
get the
seems
op.
like
A little bit
Furia,
risky, but it's
once they
fine.
pause, once they take a breath, have the solution to a situation. This one, they
There's a
obviously
chance
catch
to- there's a
Crew
huge
off
chance into
guard
this.
coming into the site. Quick shot there. You're right. That's just a trade you can't do much about if your teammate's not swinging with you. So it's the patience Furia has now, I think, is paying dividends for them here. We go into another round where it's going to be a low buy.
See, Royal Rider, you've made a mistake there because you think I know how to change commands.
They've had a flank. They keep going to a site and pulling
That's
back and almost
that's a
using bit of
classic
their own
error.
util, but here they could just commit. Shot
It was
missed.
close. The dash comes in to split out the offense.
The flash
It's gonna be
was
next, and that
everything.
opens it up
Oh
on the
boy.
attack.
They get that kill as well. Double miss into this one. And this right there is kind of why I prefer to get the Spectre on these rounds. You know that a lot of time they're going to do overwhelm fast. Sometimes you just want to wait for the op.
Well, you talked about those stingers, right? You have to play close
Exactly.
for the attack.
And now attack.
A lot of upgrades for this one, and they might have to
Zera,
accept
Khalil
this.
now watching
Yeah,
the
that
back
buy
just to
becomes a
make
little bit
sure
risky,
they're
especially
not gonna
when
get
you know
nails
they're
or
going to try and
somewhere close.
overwhelm a lot of the
And they're
time,
actually
and so
saving ulti. Yeah,
you're
they're
either
just
going to
gonna
get
walk right out of this
overwhelmed or
one.
you're going to
So
retake. So
playing
I was
to
always a big
make
fan of trying to
Furia
tell people
reactive now.
or get
Crew
people
comes
to
in
buy
so fast that it's not
to buy
Furia
Spectres
able to
or something
reset,
like this
do
and just
something.
delay the
It's
op
that
buy and
instant
actually have it
fight,
for the
and
buy rounds when
Crew
people are going to
catches
do like
Furia
more
off guard
defaulty
big on
stuff.
that round. So
This is a prime
a
example.
little bit of a learning session.
Could just
for
save
you
your
around here.
economy. A lot of
They
the
get
time you're
operator.
gonna-
We'll see how this works.
Again,
Honestly, I think that operator makes
like,
Crew
it's just
play
so
a
hard
little
to
slower
retake
until
with
they
it.
get the
So
pick. This could
the chance
favor
of you getting a
Furia
good
if they play it slow.
a
That's
good
the
round
first
with this
for
op
Crew
against those
on
guns
the board.
isn't the best.
And to keep on that topic
Nice
of the
though.
operator,
They managed to
when
keep
Digizine had it
some
here
of
on
these
the
guns.
defense,
They get the
talking
op
about,
out.
like, the nurse
One
that came
upgrade
out from
in
G1
terms of
where we haven't seen
Kesnet.
too much do.
Well, I guess
You
two
already
if
see
you
from
include the
how
op.
I was trying to play that angle at the entrance of B. You
Smosh
can't
is
be
still good
as
to pick on
aggressive
ecos
anymore
as long as
because you
you
can't find a place to
know
stay
that they're
away,
not
right?
going to be buying.
You have to be
So
on
like
top
as
of
long as
the
you know they
shot,
don't
right?
have
It's
armor,
also
yeah.
terrifying to play just a hard angle that close to a side entrance.
So like
when
this
you're
round
against
here
the
it would have
jet
been
and
awful
the raise.
because you know they're
That's
going to
not
buy
one
armor.
person
But
jumping
in
at
terms
you.
of the
That's
second
probably
round,
two
it's
with a
great.
guiding light
Like if
behind
they
it.
don't get plant and you're on
Yeah,
defense,
right
buy
side,
it.
right side. I was looking at
If
left side.
you're on
But
attack and you win
just
pistol,
literally
second round, buy
overwhelms
it.
you know, you have to play your life on that and get out of the site, but Digizine did not have a chance. Still go for another operator, so they're digging into the pocket. You can see low money here for Furia, so Crew could flip the
Okay,
switch.
we get
if
the
they're able to
op back
take this
out,
round.
but again, this is a lot of money.
that economy.
A lot of money.
This
So they
battle's
had a
coming
big
for
leads
that
into this, and
A
now the
site. You
money
talked about the
is
operator
pretty
that
much
could slow
depleted
things
with
down
this.
on
Dog
the
goes
attack
over
for
towards
Furia.
middle through the
It's in the
smoke,
hands of
smoke over
Keston.
towards.
Working it out on late lurks with Nags. But just on the other end is also
Vision has not
two
been
great operators
broken though after the dog, so I'm thinking. Okay, now Vision's been broken. And they pushed them off, so question marks created. Big fan of this from Crew.
patient
Obviously, they didn't buy
both
it,
teams.
but
Like we
actually,
said,
again, getting the attack up out
it stalls out the game
and
almost.
just
You see nobody
getting
committing to
jewels
two.
like this, that's crazy unlucky.
So much time to zero that in. Digizine coming up with a nice frag.
Yeah,
there.
not gonna miss that
and
one.
that's opt to opt down. Let's see if they even retrieve it. Yes, they do. It's going to be on Nags now.
But at least you're
Timing on
forcing
this is
Digizine to
crazy.
fall
Oh,
back
that's
right
it,
after that initial
yeah,
pick,
nice.
so this allows the attack to push out towards the top of A, having Seekers to retaliate. That's in for more. But Digizine, another one of those rare misses. Satchels into the site. Digizine
Oh
has
boy,
to be
the
on
overwhelm.
point, looking towards that right, and it's going to be close. A nose go back into the headhunter, who lands one between the eyes of Davies. But still, the defense falls on to Furia's side, leaving only
Yeah,
Khalil
this
by
one
himself,
crumbled pretty
and
fast.
so far away off this post plant.
And this is what we were talking about.
Nice
Furia
back-to-back rounds for Crew.
able to flip the
Because they
switch on
bought
the
so much into
economy.
those rounds
This
with the
was a
ops
low
as
buy for
well.
Furia. It's going to hurt
They,
so much. They try to dip in here and win this
Not going to
round.
have a good buy for
I
this
mean, you
next
do what you
one.
gotta do,
2-4
but
on top
Crew
of this.
does have that momentum growing. Klaus, Melzer, Nags.
They have
I mean, we
okay
still
money
have
for
some
some of this,
ultimates
but
there
these
to
two
be
can't
used as
buy.
Nags builds up the his.
They're going to get an
They will
okay
recover
light
the
buy.
operator for this
In terms
round.
of this,
So
picking
a
back
flow
up
now
the
for
op as
Crew
well.
to find for themselves. It's just Khalil saving up.
It's a little bit weird, Sheriff, because like a lot of the time you're setting up for early plays, and then when like the mid rounding becomes a little bit more difficult, and it's definitely not natural for some of the chambers. So a lot of teams will focus on like see this early TP and stuff like that. Like that stuff's pretty easy in terms of what you're gonna do at the beginning of the round within the first like 20-30 seconds. But no one's really put much thought into what happens like after you get pushed back.
So I want to see some from Crew.
And maybe you have time for extra ones. So
have to with a bunch of money in their favor.
it can also be a little bit awkward.
see if they
Say you get your
decide to
TP and you
that
take it
risk,
back,
and
and
they
then you
still
want to
play
put
it
it
slow,
here.
knowing Furia is
Like
right
it's
on their
awkward to
heels.
go around
3-2.
this corner and put it here.
Nags is going to play off to the side here, but he is actually bolstered up by Kesnet. So they might work this off one more time up A ramp.
Just a lot of time, it's not much not much for it.
Sorry, Crew's
Okay.
setup is 1-2 or 1-3.
Nice
1,
baiting.
1-1-2-2.
Nice
And
baiting with
Furia
the
is
judge.
fine to just
This
wait
is
on this, right? They're not
this is a
pressured
fan
by any
favorite for me.
situations. Even with
Keep an eye on the Rage duel going over towards A heaven at the moment. Nicely handled. They did not expect someone else here, but the trades are pretty good. They take that insta group up as soon as they see two people and they got a trade here. Gun is here. They want to protect it with numbers. I like this. I like this call. I think it's simple, but it's good.
So this is still a great opportunity on the attack side of the Latin American team to move into this A site.
We're here on the right.
Yeah, pretty much that.
I've got your train.
Can they hit this? Operator with Seekers going in. And this is the entrance we talked about, Vansili. It's hard to stop, but it looks like Furia is going to still stay.
Counter flash coming out too for Medzine to try to get Digizine in a good position. Punished by Davies, the plant comes down. Rifle still far away, but looking to meet up with the rest of his teammates towards heaven, towards screen. Medzine still waiting. 20 seconds left on another flash, so they won't have that utility to pop outside of this smoke.
3-pass and take from spawn. Judge for elbow. I mean, actually, with their positions, there's a small chance into this. Someone has to kill the Raze somehow.
On the defense for Furia. Here's that jump in. The first Judge. Melzer to fall. Weapon picked up as Klaus holds in the back. Playing a great job so far in this game. Kesnet then moving forward, leaving only one more to go. Pinned into
Nicely handled from Crew. Crew looking pretty good at the moment.
Took a little bit of time.
Now they got the economy settled. They won that kind of snowball round over towards B.
Right? They're
Looking much
shoring up the
better.
post plants on the side of Crew now, making sure they're not in the open for Furia's fast retake and just. Like it's slowing the game down there. Actually, I was wrong. It played in Crew's favor.
Love the Judge gaming. Oh,
Waiting out
mate.
Furia to see what they would do. We are 3-3, as you said.
It's
MW0 on
horrendous,
top with
but
a few frags, but Klaus
satisfying.
Absolutely stomping right now. 11-4 on the
Yeah, he's 11-4. That's actually kind of nuts.
putting up some numbers for the squad.
For sure.
It's a big Sky
Been a while
meta at
since
the
we've seen
moment.
this player play.
Oh, this is fast. Old Vision Strikers.
Double satchels already on the top. We talked about the aggression of the double duelist. Clear out towards heaven, one inside the side. It's going to be Khalil waiting for the rotate. Flash now fully blinds him. Trying to get an off angle here. The first headshot. Looking for the second. Will do so.
He did great, though. He's made this one doable. Ah, it's unlucky. It's unlucky. Nicely done from Davies.
Now spotted from the paint shells, forced out of his position, trying to land that shot.
Yeah, you're going to be saving this. Nice change of pace for Crew. Big buy round. Forces them down to eco, potentially if they're going for heavy armor. I'm pretty sure they have been.
Davies starting to show up, feeling good on that raise as we see the
yeah, they're putting a lot of money and emphasis into the op, and honestly, it's not getting them enough at the moment. Loved this from Crew though. Big switch up. It was actually I would like to re-watch this at one point, but I think this was the exact same as Vision Strikers. I don't know if any of you chat can remember this, but did the Raze start here, and did the Jet start here?
Sorry, for these rounds, I should say, as they take
I don't know if anyone knows
Crew
that.
takes the lead for the first time here on their first match.
And then maybe they smoked this. Maybe we get to see it.
And it makes sense that you say that they do need
yeah, it's the old Vision Strikers. Damn, they really bring that one back. It's kind of sick, but they didn't do the smoke that they used to do.
Behind the stage to help out the team, but there's still the excess here.
So Vision, I think on the replay it looked like he was on the right, but maybe you're right. Vision Strikers used to do a smoke across for the Raze, just in case there was an op, and then you double satcheled out, and then you kind of dashed on them with the Astra suck, but they also had a stun and then Omen flash with it.
There's a lot of big changes going to Crew, and to see that they're able to take the lead out of this pause, at least they're going to get some level of comfort moving into this game.
Yeah, understanding how the flow of the game is going. Also, it's being on stage, hitting this land, like it's different, but it's the first of the league. There's pressure on, right?
I think big early change up here is just move the chamber. Move the chamber over towards middle, move the chamber over towards B. Something like this would work really, really well. It's not been... I actually think A is one of the worst, and it's rather limited for me personally.
Right now in the map. 4-3, 4-4 when she gets around.
Yeah, I love the chamber middle. You can either go in that little corner. I can just show you. Like this little corner is really, really nice. You can have a TP down here as well and play the this kind of off angle, or you can have the TP here and play this as well in tiles. I really like it in middle. I think there's a lot you can do. So yeah, we'll see. Wait, chat, we're seeing a good amount of Buckies. I wonder how much that's been happening in NA.
Making these situations happen by their slow play now. It's kind of switched.
Bucky,
right?
Judge,
for Furia before, but now that Crew can push and pull, grab one member of Furia, they have the rest of the gunfight down after they W to their sites.
There was one on each side. Okay, yeah, they literally stole they literally did the whole. Damn, that's kind of sick, man. They brought back a really old strat just without the extra stun on top of it. Okay, this is a nice round. They need one. Like they literally need a round, so they put the ult into it. And again, in terms of this light bite, it's not too bad. Raze ult might get used as well, especially if they get one. That's a good amount of info. Know where the attack op is. I like this as well in terms of this is one of the better TPs. Because you're just pure safety. Davies is all over it. DG Jin is having a nightmare.
Usually seeing him on the Jet does have chamber play, but if you look at that profile, it's some 2,500 rounds of Jet to 200 of the chamber. So definitely going back to try and maybe put that trademark in.
Yeah, Davies is all over
the chamber just yet. It has been the operator each time though, so that's a lot of economy that they're trying to put on. And for Crew to find that shot every time on him, absolutely dismantles the defense, but can they still...
Oh my, the flash dash.
Moving into the side is going to be Crew. A nice dash open by Ascent to open things up. And we do have the Bucky close though. Answering back, but it's still going to be the plant coming in for Crew. Still the advantage.
Man, their money's out of control.
And the ones that have nothing left, potentially even at
Furia
this point,
kind of lucky that they won. Had such a good start into this.
Crew is almost seeing each play before.
Dude, how many times have they saved? It's been non-stop saving, and every single time they just have so many people alive, and they just get money. And we are just each time saving this op, and each time it's getting nothing.
Dashed forward to take a 1v1. That's how confident they are in the plays that Crew is making right now. And it, like I said, dismantled the defense to start off. They made sure, again, they got the solo pick onto Digizine, and then they made their move. They dropped the last player. 2CK goes down. Kesnet grabs another frag on that round. Let's see this one more time. Flash dash and
yeah, the flash dash right click.
Nice little right click coming in after that. Nice little combination that came out
Also,
from the flash,
like
too.
if it, the good thing about this dash is no matter what, this is getting traded, right? The person, anyone in heaven, literally has to adjust their aim so heavy over towards here that this is always getting traded. So that's why I like that move a lot. Crew look incredibly good at the moment on their attack half. 4 people here, same wall.
If they do, from that side of defense, and they're being safe about it. Trailblazer into something else.
Okay, this is nice, but this is probably very obvious in terms of the first time they used the dog. I do like that he's on an off angle, so we'll see that. Nice timing with the spam here.
Finally, something that's answered back early by QCK Furia. The first one on the board for this round as Melzer falls, and that's a lot of utility that falls.
Oh my god, could you imagine it? It looked so close.
It's the 4v5. Let's see if Furia can transition this now into that round one. How does Crew figure this out? They try to make the play. It's the question, as Furia is now the one to win this on defense. Slow plays, trying to show some toes and see if they grab anybody.
Okay, at the moment, this is looking pretty good. We go over to New Zera.
With the operator to deny flank. MW Zera starts it off.
Almost lines
That
up
was,
the other ones, but couldn't pull out
what was
that
his?
Vandal on
What was the
time.
cue for this?
Here comes the
Keep an eye on the
defense.
lurking
Cosmic
jet.
Divine just to slow it
With an
down.
op.
And just on the cross, QCK is just holding on the angle.
Damn
and
it!
wins that.
What the hell am I
Versus
watching at the
EVs.
moment? People are making some crazy
That
moves.
important play will have now to come towards his B site. Whoa,
Oh my god, this is an
once
op-off.
again, Kesnet to 46.
Okay.
By Digizine! Hunter through the box, leaving only Klaus by himself. Has been a superstar player so
Oh
far.
my goodness.
But the stars
Went
will
for
not
the
allow it this round.
went for the
As
style
Mancini
flick in
picks it up,
between.
and Furia finally come back into the round.
Caster praise, Caster
Well.
luck. We talk about Digizine and he comes out big that time, having missed quite a last few rounds with the shots that were required. He
Am I a lurking Opjet fan? I'm not the
Furia.
biggest,
He goes
not the
down there,
biggest
easy
lurking
plant, easy connection
Opjet
on
fan.
B,
Oh
even
my
if they're down
goodness.
players,
Nice
but
shot.
what a flick shot
But
right there.
if something works, I
He's
guess.
been in aim labs. You can tell. You can
I
tell.
don't recommend it.
At least on the
Is
headhunter.
all I'll
Cold as
say.
ice. Didn't even no emotion. Okay, he smiled. Good, good. It'd be like a walk in the park for him. It seemed. All right, 5-4. That was
I like this though. Insta dog out over towards
Like we
B.
said,
That creates
can
the
they
pressure that the
transition
chambers
that
here.
5v4
So
that
although
they
that
were
was the
able to
first
start
time
off
that they
with? The
did it,
answer
I
was
love
yes
that they
for
do it
Furia.
again and
So
try and
things
replicate it,
working
and
out
just
well in
that causes
sense.
a lot of B
As we come into
pressure.
round 10,
So they, at the moment, if they are kind of coming a bit, they might think heavy that they're ops over towards B. So that means they kind of have a sweet spot where they might start dueling into that a little bit more, like we saw.
There's definitely a lot going on here on the A ramp. Slow default working towards mid as well for Crew, usually finishing towards the vents, working out towards the A site, but an early
Amy,
flash
stop
did
bashing
come
on
out here
chamber.
from Manzine. It's spotted
good
some
on this
players.
one.
You see the early rotate back towards the A site. Where are we moving in?
Oh
And
man, he is having
unfortunately,
a
the hot shot
nightmare
that
though.
misses, and it's punished by Kesnet. Fury at a disadvantage, forced to fall back into the site.
He's
And
not
that's gonna
exactly
be
proving my
NWZero
point well.
just at the bottom of elbow. We still haven't committed yet for Crew inside the A site though, so an advantage for the rotate to move forward.
So this is Crew's pistol round reversed, where mid comes through vent instead of the A heavens, and it seems to be.
Oh, you
working
did
beautifully with
fantastic.
MWZero.
Oh, you did fantastic. You got a nade.
Back here with 3 HP.
30 seconds
Two
left.
more onto the attack as Nax gets punished and lowered. Down to almost nothing. MWZero, look at that final kill.
Yeah, okay. Nicely
Sliver
done.
shot to pick up the ace. MWZero
Man, I miss
snuffing
watching
out
this guy in
Crew on
race.
that round. Incredible stuff so far from both teams, being able to flip the switch in these rounds.
Not that much
and
of this was
really
anything to do
figure
being
out the
on
call
raise,
that
though,
their opponent
but-
is making. This one, it's just MWZero. Everybody get in the backpack for this round. This last shot, though, the beautiful sliver, and he gets that frag.
Now that's ice cold.
That's ice cold. Oh my word. All right, let's see where they can go from here. It is going to be gun round on both sides once again. Digizine feeling like that
Dude
off
is
is
nice,
something
yeah,
they are going to need
he's
each time, so they get it.
He's really
kind of
legit.
figured out,
Oh, nice B
this
hit.
is
Where are
working
these
last
Viper
time for
mollies
Crew.
going?
Full W into B if that's what they choose, and they may trying to be
Oh, if you
tricking
try
that
to
precedent, just fooling
exit out
Furia.
spawn.
And they are getting a
Did
bit
get
of a
cancelled
rotation,
though
but
with the
you see
Viper
right
smoke.
there, Digazine
Oh my god,
stopped
how many did
in
we
his
see?
tracks, so like no need to rotate. So good comms.
Not
from the
enough
defense.
because we didn't see anyone take any
This is where
space here.
QCK is gonna start using his utility. You already saw the snake bite on the ground if you're looking at the overall of utilities that's being used. So still an opportunity
Only
here
two,
for
you
Crew to
reckon?
split back into the B side. The Seeker's coming out on the attack, courtesy of Klaus. Still trying to damage, still trying to push NW0 away, who's holding inside the smoke. Satchel's out, but we're still committed inside this B side for Crew.
Dude, they played full retake.
That full retake, you're
They
right.
let them just have sight when they don't have anything to retake
These
with.
might still be a box.
And not a good retake.
Always somebody around the corner. That's the way you gotta
against
play it
Viper ult.
every time. So the ult goes down. Full 5v5 still on this
Moving on.
retake, and there it's a very tiny space once you get into that site. This is gonna be chaos.
Furia doing their due
I mean,
diligence, making
I
sure
just
that
don't
nobody's
see this
flanking
retake
first.
happening.
They can charge into the site, and here it comes. The cloud burst first. Davies still dropping NW0, and with that, the
Yeah,
first one
it's
to
the
fall
right
is
call to
already
save
enough
here.
for the rest of
I
Furia to
didn't
fall back
like
and
the
save
call
and
to
fight
just
into the last round of the half.
give up the space
So
here.
it's all right. We're
Especially
happy
against the
with
ults that were
6-6
up
if we're
on
gonna
Crew.
take it.
I
And
don't
again,
think you can
another
play
round
like
for
that.
Crew where this B strat seems to work for them on the entryway. They have the flashes. They have the
6
protection for
on
each other.
split
They're really
attack
nicely
good
done
enough?
again.
I don't know, man. With how this map is,
And we make it
I'm
to
just tapped out with this
6-5
map. Like,
here.
I don't know anymore.
That op still there for Digizine.
People are getting
and I think
some
at this
mad
point,
amount of
Crew is
scores on
saying,
attack,
let's
so-
find it and avoid it. You know, that obviously becomes something you can say each game when you see a team getting hit on these hard angles. If Crew's going to play slow, holding a hard angle is great for
They don't
Digizine,
exactly
right?
have
Just
the
pick 'em off on their
best
shoulder when they
comp
peek, but
with
if it's a
the
smoke, if it's a
chamber,
guiding
but you
light,
can
and
set
a
it up
Davies
to
and a Kesnet,
be. You
that
can
puts
set
a
it up
lot
over
more
towards
into
A
play.
really well,
I
especially
think
with the
that's what
Viper.
Crew might try to do one more time.
So
They put the wall up,
maybe.
but they are playing that 3-2 towards B once again.
Yep.
Double stars towards Heaven and Vent. The defense is there though. This is a change up. It's going to be MW Zera this time and not Digizine. Oh dear.
They're trying to open it up. That's not allowed to move forward.
Oh my goodness, that's crazy. Oh,
Everybody got bounced around there
You're
for a minute
gonna-
in the garage bounce house.
oh.
But still, it still kind of works. I think Crew happy
Did
with
you
the kill
just
that
make a
comes
big
up.
play?
Now again,
'Cause
they
they're
played
co-
that.
they're coming
Whereas
to middle with
everybody
3
else,
people.
QCK has taken some beautiful space here in mid.
Oh
Gets
god.
flashed a bit, but I don't know how much they identify it. He's close and not in mailroom.
Here's the reload. The barrel of the gun is sticking out. With nobody pushing
Oh my god,
forward here,
it's so weird on
potentially
his
call for
screen.
his teammates that maybe they're moving towards
Like
sewers,
maybe
but
there's
for
4
Crew's
people
side,
walking in
they're
sewers
just
right now.
waiting. Off that flash, looking for
Nice
the second one,
flash.
the assist. Out.
Yeah, he
But it
did
gets
great.
stopped by Davies.
Good. I tell you what,
A 3-on-3,
good
but the
patience.
spike's still
Like we saw
down.
it from his POV without
Trying to work with to pick up the
X-ray on.
spike and work back.
Insane
It's a
patience.
creep up towards his B main by Melzer.
We kind of saw Def have this and
Little
start
in the
going
back.
searching, right, and got wrecked
Tiny
for it.
off angle here as
30
the
seconds
smoke
left.
dissipates, but now it's a double
Uh-oh.
swing. Defender now down, but there's still one left to go. Madzini hears the footsteps
You are
in.
divided.
23 seconds
Very
left on the
nice.
clock. Allows for him to drop, maybe play the 1v1 onto the hillside. Seeker's out
Oy,
for the last 2.
maybe
So
wait.
nobody's playing passively. We're trying to cut the rotation on the left side through this flash and through the cosmic divide at the pillar. As we swing out, the first one and the
Nicely
second
handled,
one
okay.
gets lined up
Didn't
by
have the most
Digazine.
impact on
Why
this
is he having
half, but
off?
managed to
Give him
get them the
family.
kills at the end, so...
What a great round. Great team up there at the end. Patience with the Seekers and Vance. We got a 6-6 half.
6-6 half being done. Very close game for both of these two teams that have a lot to prove.
Switching sides.
And when we talk about a lot to prove here for both of these teams, there are also 2 organizations that are trying to step out of the shadows of their big brother.
6
right?
on defense with a chamber though. I mean, yeah. But I also think on this map there's okay stuff you can do with chamber on attack, especially if you want to do
Let's
the...
see what's gonna happen
If you want to
here.
do this, yeah,
Golden
this
boy,
one's
the rest of the
nice.
desk.
You can
What's going on
can
here?
actually have a little corner in heaven here that you can just duel the whole time. I'm a big fan of this, especially when you have the Viper. It doesn't really work with a solo smoker.
I'm a fella. Yes.
There's actually something really cool you can do as well that I'll explain.
Oh, we can't hear him right now, I don't
Oh,
think.
I think
but
you guys can hear me
probably
now.
hear us.
You want to know why? It's because I had to tinkle. Anyway, moving forward, though. So let's talk about this real fast. It's 6-6 in the half here, right? But there's something that we had noticed early on, and it's with Crew, right? Crew just seemed to be taking
I'd be taking that chamber copium. Nah, I had a time where I was just thinking about how I would use it on every map, and if it's just completely dead. And kind of came to the thought that Lotus is the best, then Split, then Fracture. Haven if you really want to force it, and everything else is dead on.
And then they threw in this one around round 7, but largely across the board in their half, it was a lot of slow play.
I do think on this map it can be used pretty well.
Furia off guard, because their idea with this chamber was to kind of be holding down the lines, punish these fast
Fracture
hits,
is good
and get these initial
if
kills.
you
It just
do
wasn't
certain
working.
things,
We saw
yeah.
that last
You
round, just holding the line, the smoke
The
fade,
trip's not
he
too bad if
was.
you use it
It
as
felt
like a
he
kill
was
trip in my
consistently
opinion,
not
and
able
also
to
over
find
towards
value with this operator.
like under
This crew was
nest
just playing incredibly
or even
slow
in
and
nest.
not giving
The
him
big
gaps
thing
to
that I like
capitalize
on,
off of. And
you can still do
defensive
similar stuff over
side
towards
is
A
the
main, but
side
your
where you can
TP
really
has to be
justify
like either
chamber.
further
It's
back
so
or it
much
has to be
harder
over
to get
towards
value from
sands.
that agent on
The thing that I
attack.
like the most on Fracture is if you can get to underpass, kind of how Talon used to play a lot of their default. If you can block a lot of the vision over towards Arcade, then go all the way to underpass, you just have the safest TP, right, that goes straight up, but you can always take these up angles. That's really, really strong.
Yeah, that really is, and I think that's showing.
So I definitely think there's a lot of stuff that you can do on that map, and again on the defense, I think it's relatively alright. Sorry, on the attack, I think it's relatively alright. Especially as you can just dual A main all the time if you get set up.
Yeah, well, we're also going to be getting a
yeah,
chamber
I think
on
it's
attack in
viable on
2023
Fracture,
Split. It's
but
gonna be quite enjoyable.
again,
Let's see
you
what
have to.
they're
It's one of those
cooking.
agents at the moment now. You have to have the right person. Like if I like on a Nabil, like a Nivera or something, I think it would work really well. Yeah, this one's nice. So you can obviously TP anywhere in like this range. It gets pretty cool. Also something that I'll mention after they decide to push this.
Furia and Crew's first game in VCT Americas.
Okay, they see too. I wonder if they do. There's a cool default that I was thinking of when you wait. Let's wait again. Why do they keep dueling this so much? Okay, they're gonna photo back. A cool default you can do once you're here, you can actually use your trip up to the top of here, and because the ramp is like slanted upwards, if you're anywhere in this area, you can't see the trip, right? So you get full info if anyone's going to swing you. So you can kind of have a pretty cool default.
You see a slightly different style as well as how much you're putting weight
So
here.
yeah, I think Chamber's right.
You know, the chamber, you're playing it more passively, more position, but for Elise Crew, you're trying to set him up, moving aggressively early towards this A main and trying to get that first kill. But to no avail as now the Trailblazer comes out on the attack, and it's actually going to stun one at the top of the heavens.
I'm not saying pick Chamber and Split, but I'm saying you can do some stuff.
Once again, another first blood by Davies.
You need a Viper. Like, you honestly, you need a Viper, because otherwise you have to get this Viper. Oh, this way.
So far, he's done a great job to left. Class to move forward. Swing again. Headshot there onto QCK. Spike is now down. Madzine and Khalil at a disadvantage.
Oi, nice shot.
Little tap. That's crispy.
Oh, he made it doable.
In motion.
A battle on the side here towards the elbow. The swing up. No, and it's again by Khalil.
What?
Advantage now for Furia. Melzer timing out from that Nebula on the right side of the rafters. But we are playing it very cautiously for Furia. First contact is going to be Madzine. Just at the corner of the orb. Shot misses. The flash blinds him, but it's still a 1v1 here.
Everyone played this great from Furia. What a round from Khalil. Oh my goodness.
Controller controlling. Khalil with a beautiful round.
Yeah, what the hell was this?
On that round and he would have been
Especially the spike kill, the third kill.
Stuff here. Nicely done. I mean, a controller.
That's nice. This one's madness.
Smokes, right?
Oh, that's so fast, dude.
You're hitting those shots, and God, it was so crisp. That's a round.
Good reposition as well. Good reactive reposition. And who is it? Is it Mason? Yeah, Mason played very well in terms of just staying alive and going heaven. Oi, mate.
Just 8 Headhunter too. He's actually staying with that economy, so they can go ahead and buy quick operator for him.
That's a great call on that.
Mazen,
But Furia for this round, playing it very passively. Look at the positioning. Deep sewers, deep into ramen shop. Just trying to see if Crew's trying to play some sort of play. a trap play with the pistols that they have into this round. It quiets down with 1:13 left on the clock. We're finally moving forward here, scaling up towards this mid, but still looking for this
Faster
lurk on the A
from
side with
the Team
Being
Liquid
very
Brazil.
wary of a shorty
She's
just
got
around the corner,
insane
that's
aim
for
as
sure.
well. I'm not gonna
They're
lie.
only gonna have to deal with one. They just don't know where it is. So easy clears along with Trailblazer. But you can see it's one moving, right? No real committal along with MW Zera up there until it's clear. Taking space by space. They're being
Okay,
very methodical
yeah, he
inside
has
the
it.
crew
This is
for Furia.
perfect. So this is the trip I was talking about. Can't be seen unless you push all the way close. And it works really well when you're doing this Viper wall because they have to like push behind the Viper wall.
Especially after this kill, this might just initiate the push forward.
So yeah,
Look at where
they've
Kiz
thought
is.
about, they've
Has to be
put a
on
lot
point.
of
It's
thought
gonna be
about
a
this.
close-range sheriff
It's cool that we got
into
to
this
see it.
B site as he hears the
30
footsteps.
seconds
Oh, they're gonna
left.
double peek? Oh,
being
didn't
cleared.
have to. Did get the audio help there. He was looking towards entry.
The pressure at least made, I didn't see if that was
4v4
what
is gonna
caused the
retake
stack.
this.
Wait, chat,
Pretty good
it
utility
was someone
on
that
this
was watching the
retake for
minimap.
both
Did Crew do this
sides.
thing where they
And just
insta stack a
denial
site
until
again, or
Furia
did they
right now.
actually,
Oh,
did they get the
satchel miss.
pressure first and then kind of
So an
stack?
advantage for Crew to make things a little bit more expensive.
They insta stacked? Man, they just do this on, yeah, they
Klaus
do
has
this
been the
on
ones to step up. Nagzat,
on
we
their
know
ecos
he
all the
can
time. They
frag
have
well,
done
and
for
they
like,
shut one of those options down.
honestly,
Furia.
2+ years now.
Oh, but it's next.
Oh my goodness.
Silly.
Versus one. A tap onto the spike. The shot's coming.
Oh, you've already killed him.
Capitalize on the kill. Metzine still
You've
ends up
already
winning
killed
on
him.
1v1 and saves the round here for Furia.
A toothless
Holy hell,
bulldog
that
on
was
that
insane,
one.
Eco.
A bulldog moment. What a headshot too. Absolute accuracy coming in with each one. Just a gun diff to end
Bulldog
out that
moment,
round
heavy
and
armor
HP
moment,
little.
right?
As we see the 8-6 here for Furia. And that is, I mean, if you're Furia, you're knowing that those post plants are getting a little too sketchy.
Oh, shield cringe.
And you need to sure things up. Because if
I think
that's
Shorty will
gonna
get
keep
enough.
happening,
Yeah, I think so.
Crew
I think
might
that's the
be
next
taking
one.
the next few rounds. You give him that much room. He's
Ah,
serious. Yeah,
that's
everybody
unlucky.
felt that.
115.
So we'll see what happens
Interesting.
here. Round 15. A push out towards mid from Crew.
Okay,
A little
insta
more
trip
aggression to
down. So yeah,
identify
just
and
trying to
take
do
space,
mid
starting
pressure
things off.
with the sky. A
And
lot
it
of
looks
teams
like
are
they
kind of
won't grab
opting for
too
this
much
as
there,
well.
But they may know now. Furia is dedicated to one side. What is going on in this game?
Oh my goodness,
Him a
that's
headhunter in the
so
back. That's all you
disgusting.
need, but the entry comes in.
Oh my goodness, it's back-to-back disgustingness. Who's next?
A 4v4. As despite we have Furia winning the last round, their economy is still in shambles. Spike coming out for Heavens.
Oh
Here comes
god.
the battle. We need that clear on the right side. No, the Trailblazer missed out DGZ to get another one. Wall then comes down in the Cosmic Divide. Klaus trying to find a timing, but is going to get some backup instead, coming out from the ropes. And that is going to be Melzer. With Klaus looking
Oh
for the
my
double swing
goodness.
as DGZ puts 3 onto the board.
Oops.
The one doing work for the team, making it 2 versus 2.
Astra suck used.
And somehow this could be
Wait a
coming
minute.
back here for the attack.
No
It's still
song.
fighting for Heaven. The jump spot, it's halfway for Keston. And he has the shot there. And the
No way, Kesnet's done a solo play. This is a mental round. How
Everybody
has
with the
he
flick
won
shots
this?
right now. Aim is on. Everybody is online. This is incredible. Everybody is just pulling out all the
Dude
stops.
in
That
heaven
last
probably
frag
could have
was
played a little
so
bit
big, and
safer.
I said it, Van
Oof.
Silly. If these rounds
Nice pre-aim on this
are
one.
gonna start getting this close, you have to be careful. That's crazy stuff. Crew 1v1 last round went in favor of
Well,
Furia,
that's
but
why
not
they got
this
him
time.
back.
They won't let it go down the same. Kesnet says this one's ours, and he
That's
does
why
it
they
in
got him
amazing
back.
fashion. Round 16,
Mazin,
let's start us
nope.
off, 'cause it
Klaus
not
just
stop
got
delivering.
bailed out. Dogging here and
One
not
round
checking that
separating
corner
these two
is
teams.
absolutely criminal.
And 1 round also determining the economy for the next round. A very important one, as Furia still wants to make the first step. Boombot to find information up towards B Heaven. But just waiting to react after this Poison Orb comes back down here on the defense.
Okay, in terms of this round, they force
They
into
already
this
have the
one as
smoke.
we
They
can
use
see.
this star up in heaven to
Just a
walk
little
through.
bit.
Usually it could be a position for maybe MW0 or a Digizine to
I mean,
step in.
chat,
but
it's just a
they
massive
like to
swing
get
round.
themselves
Like, it's a
through the
really
smoke.
important
Once it's
round,
up,
this one.
You flash through it, and then you have people peeking from multiple positions on that smoke, one on the left, one in front. Seems like they hold off for now, but they are approaching that with the spike down. So this
It's
is
not a bad
probably
play from
for you,
Khalil.
Till,
No,
at the
he
moment.
had to
There's
do
the-
everything
got
that...
the
It was
nade out.
more good from Kesnet.
Try and time things
Wasn't a
out
good plan for
from the
him.
Bradley
Had
well
to
in the
swing
paint
just in
shells,
case
just
because this
separating
jaw
the
he didn't know
attack.
how it was
Still
going to
a
go
great
down.
opportunity to cut
So yeah, it was
noise.
more just good from
We saw
Kesnet.
that
Just
lurk coming out from
touch
the inside
into
earlier on by QCK, moves
smoke
down
and just
towards
tried to get the
Ramen, picks
widest
up the
angle
spike.
possible. Nice shot.
Woo.
Man,
As that's
this
a judge
gun
advance,
is
and
just
that's
so
runner.
good on this map, I'm
Disadvantage for
telling you.
Furia.
Okay, someone on
Commitment
B
now
site
with
has to
20
go
seconds left
huge,
towards this
or they
B
need to
site.
get two
Only
between them.
defenders with the crossfire set up at the bottom. So elevation in advantage, but
Well.
still the trades though comes in
And they
for
baited this
Crew.
one in.
Nice answer back from Khalil.
That's now
Player
doable.
disadvantage, but a plant comes
QCK
down
has double
for
molly,
Furia.
double star for Khalil. Not going to have a chance to use
Point
these.
for these ones.
Oh, and he knows where he is now.
You heard.
Nax has been dropped and also has been hurt by QCK.
The
Bringing
instant
around to
decision making might have
Again,
won
a
him
mirror
this one.
match.
Another 1v1 round between these two.
Oh my,
Nax is gonna
Nagzet.
get it.
Nagzet actually
up the
knew it.
game
I
once
thought he was
again,
going to
18
carry
on
on
the first
going
map.
rounds, not going to lie to you.
And like I said, we had
That
a
was
great
fast
series
with
at
that
the
second
beginning of this
peak.
show, and now we have an even better one here between Furia and Crew.
Well,
Absolutely incredible.
the most
stuff.
important
It
round came
comes
down to a
the
1v1
clutches
and
now.
Nax wins it.
That's multiple rounds in a 3 rounds in a row with a 1v1 situation to end it.
Yeah, these rounds are
And we
getting
see
like...
Crew able to
These
come
rounds are
up with the
crazy
last two.
close at the moment.
That's going to be good money in their pocket. We'll have to see where Furia stands at this point in the economy, and you can see how much it means, these moments, these pivotal rounds that actually switch the economy over, and that's going to be Furia on the low buy here. Some ultimates to use, but that's only if the round really starts to be advantageous in their favor, and at that point, I think they still hold them for the gun rounds to come. Vans, oh, right off the bat, Davies ready for MW0.
Davis has been
They went for a bit of a...
contact and kills
Went for a bit of a
Crew.
hero play.
But you talked about a lower buy, but we still have the dual defense available for Digizine.
Good point.
It's walking through the poison orb, trying to get a
Yeah,
timing
it's
shift
a-
to
it's
lure
a hero
Crew out,
gun.
and this is a great opportunity. There's
They might be
somebody
okay
watching it for
because of
Crew.
this though.
The walk out from Kesnet very soon. The contact in, but Khalil just looks away at the wrong moment. And that
Spike
drops the
down
spike. They'll
A.
force a rotate, and Furia is now in a tight spot.
Furia really repairs this round if they can get a few more, but no, it's Crew.
Damn, they're
I was
kind
gonna
of in
say it
control at
helps
the
if they can
moment
at
with this
least
stuff.
get some of these.
This was a nice round. They have no deaths into this, it's insanely nice.
And the pit was forced out by QCK, thinking
Nah,
that
man,
had
they got the
timing,
ult out of them.
thinking that the spike was going to get planted. And unfortunately, a lot was wasted here from Furia's side. At least
Yeah, not the
crucial
best ult.
Viper's pit that got wasted.
And that was an incredibly big round overall in sense of the match. Crew had been winning the last 2 rounds, but when everybody dies, you are still spending, right? So if they lost this round, if Crew lost this round to Furia, it would have reset their money and Furia could have taken the next few. So that's huge. Furia's still punching up here to try and get themselves into a position where that economy feels good. And here with the purchase, we do see, no, not the operator, it's a Guardian for a Digizine. And an ultimate to just delay.
Yeah, because he had to drop MW Zera, so it was kind of fine. But
So given Furia,
it was a
different
very
look
nice
here at
round
18.
from Crew prior to this, with everyone staying alive, so their money's really, really good.
Even a wall
And
coming
now
down
this
towards
just
mid
becomes
for
a
Crew is gonna make
massive
things a little
round
bit
for Furia, especially on the
dicey,
attack. Feels like a
difficult
must
for
win.
Furia to take control of Mail, and that's a triple stack right there. A crossfire setup between 3 defenders of Crew.
Nice off the
Davies come out.
contact,
Yet again,
insta-suck, and
another
then
first kill coming out from the race.
flash swing as well.
That play seems
Dog
like
to
it
try
would
check
work.
if there's
Everybody
anyone
plays in
there.
the back of B Heaven, right? Walking up, there
They
hasn't been
look
anybody
all over
close
them.
to mailroom, close to invent. This time,
They have some
we got
nice
Crew
setups
popping
on
out of
this
the
map.
woodwork when somebody tries to even put a trademark down. Digizine falls there. They lose the Guardian. You can see what Furia was thinking and what kind of precedence Crew has set in
They're
their
gonna
defense.
buff Chamber.
They
I
flip
honestly
that
think,
defense
like,
by
I don't
Carl
think it needs it
Forte,
personally, but I
pushing
think they
up
will
in
buff
B and
Chamber
mid, or sorry, in
slightly.
mid
I've
and
got
vent.
your trail.
As it's a Sentinel, I guess it will have something to do with the trip.
Right in the hands of Nax, that's ult.
Beautifully done too for a snake butt on the ground, so that doesn't allow the other players to push through. A 1v1 ensues
30
inside the A
seconds
site,
left.
but it's still a 2v1
Second
inside
trip
the pit.
back.
They'll heal the rotate back as QCK gets the kill, but it's
With
only
the
23
range.
seconds left, so you have to commit inside this site. But it's being blocked off. This might be over right here. The players might have to save their weapons.
Holding back, yeah, already watching the flank.
Oh
Already
my
waiting
gosh.
for a
Oh,
head.
man.
QCK though, wait a minute.
Nope, can't win this
He
one, not
could
enough time on it.
flip that switch.
Good
It's
at
not
least that
gonna
they
happen.
saved the money so they
Yeah,
can
have
get
no
another
idea
try on this.
where
It's
Nags
not
is right now.
It's not as bad
only
unless
thing you
they
can really
lose
do
this
here
gun,
for
then it's
QCK
relatively bad.
is the econ damage and save your weapon.
Oh
And it
boy,
stops
that's a
right
big
there
kill.
as
That was a
soon as
nice
the
call
batter
from
comes
Crew to
up
go
for
for
a
this
round win
little
coming out for Crew.
crunch.
And it almost seems at that point, Riv, that for Furia, it's like, oh, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
QCK's never going to get these entries towards this A site. But little did they know.
Little did they know. And a nice setup as well, just to use the Viper's pit right away. We see that when it's another gun round coming in for the side of Furia, Crew says, let's just give them
handled it
everything
well.
we got right up to, not everything, but a little bit
Sentinels
more right
100
off the
Thieves
bat
games?
here.
Yeah, I
And
think
it
you'll
did
enjoy it,
throw
man.
Furia
I think
for
you'll
a
enjoy it.
loop.
It
We'll see if
actually
this
kind of
pause
lived up to it.
sorts everything up. We'll see if they
We're
can
getting,
get
we're getting pretty
themselves into a
lucky
position
now,
where
I
they're
think, back as well, like this
finding
past
comfort.
week
It
in
seems
terms
like
of a
they're
lot of the
not
hyper
together on a
fast
lot of these takes after the last few rounds
matchups.
have gone down to
A lot of them
1v1s.
are
Right now we're seeing
living up to
Crew
it.
just kind of take control of the game. So maybe a mental reset now for Furia helps to sort those issues out.
Yeah. I think this pause coming out here from Frost to call things out for Furia, to stop things in terms of maybe the jitters into their first international game here on the Americas stage in the Riot Arena. And it makes sense because, yes, they've been losing a lot of these battles with, for example, their star opper just dying first every time, but they're usually a team that's able to convert 4v5s very, very well. Despite a small sample size, was still the highest team on converting the 4v5. So I feel like you almost have to start trusting your teammates here. And you saw that the hero play for QCK inside that A site. It's like, hey, if we
Yeah,
have
they
a
need
plan, let's commit
they need
to it.
something into this.
Let's try to
Two
get it
hero
done.
guns that they
Let's try to
saved.
fight back because
Probably
we know
gonna
we
have to
have the
eco behind it,
firepower
but they
here for
could try
Furia.
and force something out.
Crew
Okay,
putting
they
up
buy another
numbers
hero
here,
gun into
causing
this.
this timeout to come through. Furia just cannot find a way through the defense.
This is
Davies
all
a big
fine. They
part
get
of
2-9
that.
on top of
First
this,
kills,
so
2 first deaths on that raise. We just saw one of the plays towards mid where Davey was able to shut down the blast pack 4, just ready for a bit about anything. Really a huge player here and pick up for the side of Crew as they start off VCT Americas.
Yeah. One of those moments too, like Davies used to
Oh my
roll
goodness, I
playing a
thought-
duelist, had to
I
play
thought there was a
Sentinel
chance
before
this
for
one.
locking back
Right,
into a
switching it
duelist
up.
role. It's almost like a 2 for Loud, right? A star duelist there before joining
Oh
and
my
playing controller
goodness.
for Loud, and is doing a great job too on that side.
Always gets a little sketchy when you miss that operator shot. Did have help. A lot of movement from Crew on that back side of the map. They're trying to assume it's consider it's going to A. At this
You're always
point.
going to get the voice line anyway, they sprint, so I'm not sure it
Kennan
fully
has to fall
works.
back to get a heal out from Klaus. So that might be a weaker hold for Crew towards the A site, and that's where we're trying to do it, to flash through the toxic screen.
Rotate's
As
pretty
Naxxon's
heavy
holding
on this
towards
one.
Vents. It's calling
Oh.
the amount of footsteps that are coming
It's
out.
a
Not
crazy
surprised.
move and you've been rewarded. Oh my goodness.
Right on him. Back up at it. Cross up.
It's okay.
By the pin
It's
shells.
okay, chat.
Showstopper then out for NW0.
It's
Squad
okay.
stuff towards
Oh
the
no.
solo trade.
What the hell is that kill?
Long-range stinger from QCK.
Mauser captaining a
That's a
beautiful
stinger.
shot there at Screams. Does get taken down though, 10-18 here. Rounds that Furia needs and wants to pick up. Khalil helping out.
Now we're starting to see it work.
What is this round? What is this round?
And we're not clearing our corners. One of the scrappiest rounds that we've seen so far from both of these teams. But the disadvantages is still for
It's a
Crew, as
mental
Klaus is on a
round.
3 versus
Oh
1.
my
Noise being made
goodness.
inside Vents. But this is looking to be a sealed deal for Furia into the round on the attack.
Exactly
now
what they
falling
needed.
back to save the op.
Exactly what they needed. And
It's
at
a
this
mess,
time,
yeah,
the
honestly, it
timeout
was.
comes into play. The reset is very big for the team. And this became one of the rounds where I actually became a little scared for Furia. Once they make it into heaven, it seems like split meta has changed and teams can get heaven. And then you're in the box of a heaven,
Okay,
right? You
can we
have to
saving
get
this
out.
one?
You have to figure out where your openings are. But they did it perfectly. They actually waited out Crew to peak a little bit more, pulled Crew out of their safe positions and just using the time. So while that looked sketchy, really Crew having full control of when they were in that heaven spot. These last few frags, they easily come out.
It's definitely one of the advantages here of playing that double
Money's pretty good
controller,
apart
right?
from this.
Yeah.
It allows for you to take
So,
that mid control.
buy
allows
round
for
with
you to
everyone being
actually
able to
inch
buy
out
behind it
towards that
next
A
round.
heavens that you were talking about. So you're definitely seeing the defense playing a lot more passively or really trying to fight back on the initial executes. It becomes a bloodbath pretty much, a brawl at the top. Keston missing this shot earlier on, but still.
That was quite a
Slotting in
wide
W0
jump
at the start
peak
of the
and
Robin
an
shot.
insta, like the movement there was kind of interesting.
Here,
Another push up in that B male area. Just trying to get
there we
different
go.
looks from each side, and Digizine, all right. There's one to
Yeah, it
calibrate
can be
the
a
ones
nightmare
earlier
play.
that we saw missing.
Anchoring a
Seems like
site with an
maybe
Astra
be on
is an
point for these,
absolute
and they're gonna
nightmare.
try their hand today. Nags
timing
rotating
on this.
down. Oh
Timing
my
on
word.
this. All right, Elise, it should get traded out though. The double swing. Snake bite onto the ground, but that will not affect Furia moving into
Imagine
the
he got
site.
that off a little
Cosmic
bit
divide
earlier.
up.
They can actually get a good amount of space and flash
Still
through.
yet to move in though. We're already fighting back for crew.
Ah, nicely
But
handled with that
thankfully
late.
they're getting punished. Left and
Oh,
right. Kesnet with the
this
offshot.
guy.
Cosmic divide looking to disappear, and Kesnet looking to
Forced to save
reposition towards
again.
the heaven. Unless he comes up with some amazing shots.
Oh, you're
It's
right.
definitely going to be a save here, but it's
Spike
planted for
planted.
heaven. Right for him. Misses that shot, and that
Gives
will
away
be
saving after this
the
one.
nail in the coffin for him to save.
All
I
right,
took my try. I'm out of here.
everyone can buy on
I
top
like
of
the
this.
attempt. You have to try, right? Maybe you drop Digizine's up, and they have to force to pick it up and buy another gun. So always a thought to tag on the end of the round, even though Fury is going to take this one. And they start coming back so strong.
It ha-
after
yeah,
this
it has- we've
timeout.
seen it
Almost
a
wanna
lot,
know what was said
Zerny.
in that. Really, just maybe to reset
They
the mentality.
never.
Or
Do you know what it is though?
maybe you
A
guys
lot of
are
this is like
kind
it
of
won't happen
discombobulated
too
because we
much
did see
on.
some of the takes
Won't happen too
not
much
timed with
online
utility
because
right.
your sound's a little bit better. It's
Sorry,
just the
Crew was
land
able to
sounds, but
win
all the
those
time you're less
1v1,
likely to hear
2v1s when it
footsteps and
came
stuff like
down
that.
to
So
the post
you
plants,
kind of like timing on
because
everything's a
Fury
little
was
bit
all
off.
over
So
the place, right?
you
They
feel
post
like
plant, they
you're
can't get themselves into a good
free a
spot,
lot of
so
time
I
to
think they
actually just
cleaned up
use
a lot of the
your
post
util.
plant on the side of
Right, it's a
Fury
little bit
these
harder. You
last
don't.
3 rounds.
It's not as good as it
rounds,
is when
sorry.
you're at home with the actual headphones. So a lot of times
Hopefully
maybe
we're not
people
gonna
are
see the
running
same
here
type
and
of
you would hear them
storyline for
online,
Crew on
so
the
you know
attack
that you
where,
can get
well,
your
if you have
util
the
out,
up,
or
well, we
if
might
you
have to kinda
can't,
save it to the
but
next
on
round
land
here
the
and
sound's
there,
just
but-
a
Right,
little
becomes the
bit.
priority of the round, not even fragging people.
Exactly.
Do we still have it? Is it? Yeah. Okay. Good. Move on.
Mid-round
You're right,
replay,
it does
yeah.
seem
I mean,
like,
it was
we
fine
saw
with
that
it,
round
right?
with the Phantom for Digizine and any round. Right?
Prius
You
gave it
frag
the
out a little
go-ahead.
bit, but it just seemed like comfort. They were able to work with each other, trade off each other, get these frags where you anchor your teammate.
Furia close out. I'm not too convinced. I feel like this can go anywhere. The rounds have been mental.
Yeah.
I don't feel like
see
I
a
can
10 to
safely
10.
say that anyone's in control.
Push towards B once again.
It looks like this
Little
Astra
late
is
lurk by
getting
QCK
wrecked
over
though.
day.
Like I will say that this Astra is having a really rough time.
W0 is just jumping inside the garage, maybe faking that he was going to double Sanchel, so that forces already Melzer to playing very passively inside the B site, leaving Crew very cautious, forcing a Trailblazer even early into the round.
I think you lot are starting to see, and I see a few people in chat sometimes wonder why like Astras and stuff peak this, but a lot of the time like getting control of B and just having the early info just makes it so much better, because a lot of the times you're resorted to just this, where you have to like
Spike
jump
rotating
peek and you
over
get
quite
punished for it.
fast. So this
Look
hit,
at them, they're literally
they
just
have
trying to two-man
used
fake this.
MW Zera on most attacks, so if they hear Raze going into the site, that should pull people around, but Crew
Okay,
is not moving.
1, 2, 3, 4 has worked, but
Seekers gave enough info here
okay,
for
Kesnet,
Kesnet not to
what's his
rotate, but he
reposition
misses
like?
the
Goes on
outshot.
top, so can see
Seekers are
heaven
still
as well
coming
with this.
through.
This could
And
work
that
out really
confirms now
well.
the hit towards A.
30
Oh, he
seconds
takes the
left.
angle back.
Stack's already up towards the heaven, but it's DGZ with another pick to start things off on the attack for Furia.
Okay, nice flash on Crew.
Comes in with two.
Spike down.
That was a real savior. Nice heavy rotation. I tell you what was actually everything here. Kesnet really just holding this early angle to make sure that the rotation could come in. The reaction from Furia here had to be sight, honestly. For them to take heaven, it was just a little bit too awkward, right? They had to pretty much just go into sight and just hope that the fake over towards B was good enough.
Big pickup on that round for them to be solid in their defense and stop what could have been a 3-round streak here for Furia.
It was never really going to work with going heaven.
When I saw those Seekers come out, it could have been one of those moments where he could give you false information because one was heading up towards heaven. If that pulled somebody else, maybe the fake
Yeah,
would have worked if
Kesnet
they got
held
into
strong,
sight,
real
but
strong.
Thankfully, we had that push down coming out from Nags, from vents from mid, to actually identify that nobody was adding that pressure from Furia towards that mid, and it's going to be a fake towards B site. So,
Money's close to being
beautiful
done,
read, beautiful adaptation,
but not quite yet.
They take the lead now. Still, first map of the series, 11-10.
I'm seeing now that MW Zera has to build up to his ultimate. I thought I heard that cue when he went to last game, or last round, but that obviously would make Crew rotate a little less if you're not kind of going in with a showstopper. Here he tries to make that ground though. We see the play style. They need MW Zera to actuate, and still no spike here, so they're sourcing whatever they
Jess, at one point I'll do a YouTube video explaining it and asking Riot to
okay, Trailblazer. A little bit of a peek.
humor me and try it.
We'll take the safe peek for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Rotating out towards vents. That trademark is important here for any type of hits that they want to take into the late rounds. This could also be a switch back and forth depending on how the outcome is going to go here towards the east side.
A lot of this is down to Nags.
But two defenders trying to hold it out. Long range once again is Kesnet with the operator. Nags on the top at the window. Footsteps now coming out. As the op is looking to connect. Pain Shell's trying to push him out of his position. He does, but still misses. QCK with the first entry into the round. Pain Shell's down out. And a forward
Yeah, I mean, this
by
one's
BGZ.
done. We're going 11-11.
And a very deep Viper's Pit on the top of Heaven 2. And that's going to make it even harder for Crew to take towards the east side. To run out towards that window is going to be a tough task because of this Viper's Pit. And all three will decide to fall back and save.
So much saving in this game. For all the aggression we got.
Cautious. We're cautious for sure.
Things were flying. People were throwing pies and faces on the other rounds, man.
It's like the Devil and Angel watch parties. I think the big difference between me and other watch parties, if I'm being like, I want this to come across well, is I stay positive a lot, and I like, because the game is down to just so many little things, and people that haven't been on teams and don't understand certain situations and just what it's like to be in a team in terms of like decision makings, the pressure of what it is. And a lot of people as well just kind of forget that we have perfect information, so it is very clear to us what to do, but it's just not the same all the time. So that's why I try to stay as positive as possible.
Or either team rather is just let's just save for the next one. Play into what we have for the economy. And the economy looks a lot better for Furia at this time.
I can't watch a lot of hindsight people. I'll be honest, it pains me. And I imagine pro players are relatively similar.
And again, this spike drop in Ramen and a little bit of contact play, resource push and pull from Furia. Just it's the vibe. See, both teams are playing it. On Split, it works a little bit better because if you think about Split, once you're down an economy on this map, it's almost
exactly that, Ryan.
To beat the other team.
It's so much split-second decision making that you have to give everyone the benefit of the doubt all the time, because they don't have perfect information.
That is impossible. 11-11 here. That mailroom play still seems to be a lot of favor from the side of Furia, but Crew isn't giving it up anymore. They played twice where they were in that mailroom, and now they're backing up. They don't want to get free kills out.
What's up, by the way, Ryan? Good to see you.
Towards the B heavens, and it did work out. We did have to rotate out from Melzer, so there's less players for Crew inside the site. The flash is only going to have Blind Clouds, but MW0
Backside needs to go huge.
Then towards the back.
Melzer did great. One more? Ah, it's unlucky, dude. That's unlucky.
For Furia inside B.
Is Davies just going to take a timing? Oh, yeah, it's disgusting. Kind of made this undoable. Nice shots from them. Okay. In terms of their money, Crew is in the bin. Might be seeing some judges. Might be seeing some buckies.
We've gone into brute force mode now. It's like, yeah, you got a flash, everybody's in on that one flash. Like, it's just wild that they're going in on these things. And it's at the last moment, too, right? They're putting the pressure of the round on
Swifty.
Crew, and they're putting
We don't
the pressure
mention
of the
this name.
utility
Come
they're
on.
about to use with 4 or 5 members coming from a spot with Khalil on the flank from Garage, or the Lurk, I should say. So that seems to be what Fury is on board for right now. Again, the spike gets dropped.
Timeout.
Pull
All
those
right.
resources out of Crew, and we'll see where they want to go for this next one. For Crew's side, they're down to a little bit of a low buy. Could see gun diffs on this round, but it's one they need to bring it to that overtime. The timeout gets called here to make sure they can lock in OT.
A very important one here, called out by Crew.
A lot of mid love for all of this map so far.
Yeah.
A mid control isn't it, but it seems like that mid control vent to A, as the ramp plays have been happening. A lot less just A site take
Nice.
organization
Isaac
towards
has
that
gifted
A heaven,
Ryan
see what you can
a birthday sub.
discombobulate about the defensive
Chat,
squad.
you know what to
Both
do.
teams were doing it.
Let's give
And
some
a lot of
slugger
that B
proofs.
heaven play. So we've seen
What's the
split
most?
switch
What's the
a little
most
bit in that
birthday?
sense.
Yeah.
A lot of the times it was operator
the
walk
most
mid
birthday.
slow, fine pick, do something else.
Most birthday
You know,
slugger
just
mode
rinse
we've
and
got.
repeat on that. So here we haven't really seen too much of the same for site takes. They're varying it up, but it is
They already
always
have one.
B heaven or A heaven first. We're not really seeing
Isaac,
a
thank
full
you so
site
much
take.
for
I
doing
guess
that.
of the few B rushes we have, I just found that interesting that they've kind
You
of
have a
wanted
lot
to
of them in
take
a year,
the opposite
Ryan, I'll
side
give
of
you
the
that.
map control before having
Boomer
the
slug,
same
actually,
too.
that one makes sense.
Yeah, I could definitely see that on the attack, the difficulties of working those extremities.
Yeah.
Even on defense, right? You have an Astra that usually anchors towards his B side.
Mm-hmm.
There's always that Viper wall to lurk on the A side. So operators are kind of hard to play on those spots. You want to try to play
True.
towards mid or even trying to get control of
Sing
the
it.
A ramp early.
Get
It's
outta here.
difficult. So you want to bring out those resources, those stacks that you have on the extremities to bring it more towards that mid and then converge onto whatever opportunity you're able to take on the mid on the attack.
Yeah.
But both teams have been very good of just keeping on this stalemate until it comes down to the last second hits. The opportunities to try to get into the site, and that's why we're probably seeing how crazy it's been in these trades to bring us down here to
Alright,
potentially
what buy
the
did they
last
get?
round of
Ooh,
this
it's not
map
good.
or an
Viper all in
overtime.
towards middle.
It starts off with an
Early A
pick.
pressure. They were waiting for something.
Out on the
Yeah, they were
defense
just
for Nags.
expecting a push, I think, of
As we
A.
talked about,
They might
A
have shown
love
more.
working towards
What do we
mid.
got?
Well,
So
that's
we had a
gonna be shut down
flash.
quite early.
Verse was here.
Remember
Raze
they
used
did this today, and
nothing.
it kinda just threw the
Viper.
whole round for a loop. So they
Did the
tried
smoke
here
and
to
a wall.
split, like we said, where the map has been almost controlled from immediately.
Okay, dude,
And
they
now
are
work over towards this B
smashing
side,
over
kinda through
towards
the
B
trademark,
non-stop.
which makes me think this is
The
going to at
abuse
least
of
be the hit
Astra
in the end, so
is
they have flank
perfect,
control already.
and at the same time, I feel really sorry for him.
And the entry does work out here for MW0 off the nice assist of flash out from Edzine.
It's been a nice game plan from them.
And that's that late
Hard
line that's gonna
retake
have to
on
force
this
fit
one.
'cause you have to give up the Viper
I mean,
pit.
really hard
The
retake on
defenders
this.
for Crew looking to at least re-clear out
Gotta be a
towards
hero
mid
play.
once again.
Kesnet, maybe?
But Seekers are coming out early on the attack from Edzine. Kesnet
Nope.
peeking out, trying to do something for the team for the retake, but to no avail. So it comes down to the last
Nice
three
shot.
players. And the ops actually start hitting here for DGZ. Only one left for the showstopper. Does let
Nicely
out.
done
That's
from
still
Furia.
DGZ.
Chat, they
Winning the
wrecked
last
B.
kill with the operator
Like,
from
they
the